Hi. I was watching the news and learned about how this British soldier was hacked to death by these two Muslims who blamed their hacking him, whacking him, and taking his head off. I don't know if they took his head off or not, but how they blamed it on because of Britain killing Muslims and stuff like that, tooth for a tooth and all that sort of thing, and uh, even let themselves be videotaped, tell their side of the story, I guess you could say. And you know something? You know, I don't blame Muslims for doing what they're doing, you know what I mean? I blame it on the Quran, mainly Quran 9, 111, 38, and 39, that threatens Muslims with a painful doom if they don't go forth in the cause of Allah, killing and being killed in Allah's cause. When you couple that with the Quran telling Muslims that non-Muslims are the worst of beasts, you know, that we spend our alone time biting our fingertips off in rage of them, you know, wishing them only ill, that it seems likely that they would start viewing anything not under Islamic territorial control, Dar al-Islam, as Dar al-Harb, the abode of war, you know? Yeah, where, according to Muhammad, war is deceit. So in other words, they can end up believing all this stuff about Israel and America and Britain and anything that's not under Islamic territorial control as worse than Germany and stuff like that. Worse than Nazi Germany and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And anyway, I was thinking that instead of killing these guys, that they instead could be locked up and exposed to the YouTube videos of Act 17 apologetics, run by David Wood, Sam Shamoun, excellent teachers of Islam. Also, Zakaria Botros, Allah Aleg too, also known as Christian Prince, Ahmed's Quran 5, also known as IQ, the one who created it, Craig Wynn's Prophet of Doom, Robert Spencer's Jihad Watch, Pamela Geller, you know, and learn about the Islam that we know of, that keeps us from being Muslim, which is the Quran saying that we start off as when we're embryos, clots of congealed blood, or that the sun runs through a resting place, sets in a murky spring, then, according to the Hadith, asks permission of Allah to rise again after it prostrates into the throne of Allah. You know, things like that, or that the sun and moon travel or swim in an orbit in, according to Tabari, due to backed up by Quran 36, 40 through 42, being in boats similar to the offspring Noah. In other words, an ark, you know, like Noah in the ark, you know. If Muslims can find that out, also learning that mountains are placed down by Allah as pegs to keep earthquakes down because the earth is spread out on a giant fish called Nun, you know? Or that Muhammad said that a rock ran off with Moses' clothes, and Moses ran after it saying, "Oh, stone, my clothes! Oh, stone, my clothes!" and hitting the stone, you know? So the Israelites could see that he had no problem with the scrotum, you know? That if they could learn things like that, maybe they wouldn't believe what the Quran says about non-Muslims being the worst of beasts, and that we bite our fingertips in rage of them and stuff like that. And if they start thinking that, might take a big chunk out of terror. But it's just a thought. But